Welcome to The System Works, the lifestyle channel that shows you a practical way to live, the what's in it for you. The System Works. Own it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to an episode of The System Works, and I'm your host, Ernest Phillips, and today is a conflict management life hack. Now, when I do coaching and when you get into the relationship wealth curriculum, the topic of conflict is conflict management. It is not conflict resolution. And here's why. Conflict resolution implies that there can be a resolution to the conflict. And that's not accurate. There are a lot of conflicts that simply can never, ever be resolved. For example, I just got done talking actually with my producer about some training that I did long time ago, where one of the individuals, one of the executive directors, had a mindset that everybody is born with whatever it takes to be successful. And I understand that. And my philosophy is, yes, sometimes they have that, but sometimes what they need is they need to have it put in them. They need the new skill set. They need the new perspective for them to be able to then bring it out. And that was a conflict. And that can't be resolved unless someone changes their belief system. And I wasn't going to change mine, and I wasn't going to ask them to change theirs, which meant I had a couple options. We could keep fighting, we can fight the problem, and we can force the issue. Well, that's not what I do. I do conflict management. I addressed it and then said, hey, we need to part. And then I went off and did something else. Here is the life hack. And the life hack is, and here's the tug tip. It's harder to fight when you don't see them as your opponent. The life hack is attack the problem, not the person. In that situation, I could have easily attacked the other person. I could have said they're wrong. I could have said statistics show, research shows, emotional intelligence. I could have given all that. But at the end of the day, it was one of their beliefs. That's not helping anything. I looked at the problem. What was the problem? And the core was we just saw it differently. Okay. Imagine trying this with your significant other. You see it this way, they see it that way, and what do? You start fighting them. And something where it's just a conflict, and by the way, the definition of a conflict, according to Relationship Wealth, is anytime two people do not agree. That's it. That's all conflict is. It's just a moment of not agreeing. I think strawberry ice cream is better than vanilla. If you think vanilla is better, that's conflict. All we did was disagree. I'm not going to fight you for which one, and I hope you don't try to fight me, because I'll walk away and then you'll be left feeling like you won, but we didn't fight. Now, the difference between conflict and managing it and fighting. Conflict management is focused on what the problem is, not the person. Now, here is an amazing physical life hack. Okay, this is added. If you're having a fight with your mate, meaning if you started off with the discussions, it's turning into conflict, it's turning into an argument, and then you see that it is turning into a fight, or you see that they are on the offensive and they're attacking, or you see that they are being defensive when you're not even being attacking. Stand next to them, shoulder to shoulder. As in, if I'm talking to you, I'm going to move over and now I'm going to face this way. I'm going to be looking at the same direction, being shoulder to shoulder while you have the conversation. It's harder to see them as an opponent now. And now, physically, mentally, your brain will naturally align yourself to saying, they're on my side. We're on the same team. And now it's easier to focus on the actual problem because you're pointing at something in front of you instead of the other person. I know this is one of the coolest tricks. I have used this in coaching for years, and it is awkward and weird the first time you do it. And the other person will a lot of times start looking at you, and so this is what can happen. They will start looking at you, and you move over there, and then they move, and then you just keep, and they're going to be like, what are you doing? And then you say this: we are on the same team. I want us to fight the problem, not each other. And boom. Amazing what impact that has. It'll reset the other person's brain. Now, like everything, there's no guarantee that it's going to work, and tone matters, and your intention matters, and all those things. However, try that. Here's the thing. Coming back, it is harder to fight when you don't see them as your opponent. We get lost in our emotion. We feel attacked. We get lost in all that, and we want to attack something. Attack the problem, not the other person. This is one of the greatest pieces of advice that someone gave me, and he knows who he is, and he gave me this back in the year 2000. Actually, no, it was, 1999. Because I used to be one of these fighters in relationships, and I would fight to win. I can argue, I can debate. My brain works like this. I have studied it. I have studied the Socratic form of argumentation. I should have been in debate, the debate clubs. I wasn't. And I would win arguments and feel good about it. And he said to me, do you like going to bed with a loser? And I'm like, whoa, no. And he goes, well, every time you win a fight, you've made them a loser, and now you have to go to bed with a loser. And I'm like, whoa. Yeah. And that one, I'm still scratching my head because I remember exactly where I was at. I was in Indianapolis when I got told that one, and that rocked my world. And that helped me learn to not fight the other person, to actually fight the problem. Here's your action step. Figure out what the problem is. Attack that. Leave the other person out of it. Matter of fact, if you bring them in on your team. This works at home. This works at work. This works with your boss, your coworker, your friend, your kid. It works because this is a human universal issue. Now, what's in it for you? What's the Wi-Fi? Oh my goodness. First of all, way less stress. Second of all, when you have more people on your team, your squad's bigger, your squad's better, you're going to be better off. And if there's only 2 people on the team and they're both on the same team, it's amazing what happens. And you have a less chance of taking things personal. You have less chances of attacking them unnecessarily. You have less chance of putting them on the defensive unnecessarily, and you're going to have a better outcome because now the problem gets solved and the management of the conflict happens. Do not end up being around losers. Don't do it. It's not fun. You don't want it. They don't want it. I don't want it. All right. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. We hope you enjoyed this episode of The System Works. Have fun with the action steps. Enjoy the Wi-Fis. Click like, click subscribe, and comment. The good and the bad, we like them all. We look forward to seeing you next time. The System Works. Own it.